Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about overarching themes and subplots. I'm going to start a new segment called Red Ink, where I address questions from clients and from you regarding more technical writing ideas and things that you might be challenged with. In this first episode, I actually am addressing a question that was posed to me by a friend. He is actually a well-known writer and he has his own podcast. He is fantastic. He posed the question on how to create a overarching plot and actually have multiple subplots. It really is actually just a question about having multiple characters in a plot. When we think about these things, we think mostly about J.R. Tolkien, my all-time favorite.
For Frodo.
But he is well known for creating this huge story with numerous characters that come together and they're actually working towards this very broad plot. I'm going to address the top 3 ways that you can write a story that has multiple characters and multiple plots and how that all can come together. So the first thing you need to do is you need to develop each of your characters. One of the greatest compliments I ever got from one of my writers was that I knew his characters well enough that I made him believe they were alive. Multiple times I hear from writers, I am just going to write and let the characters take me there. But a lot of times that doesn't give you enough information. Sometimes you really need to kind of get to know your characters. When you have a really well-developed character, that character becomes alive, that your readers can just buy into and invest their time and effort and their whole being into their story. And so the way to do that is to actually develop each and every character fully. And you can get multiple character sheets where you can get really detailed. What's their favorite color? What's their favorite food? What are they, have they had a traumatic life experience? And while you may not use all of that in your story, if you know that about your character, you can kind of better understand their motivations and their desires. What you do is you develop each one of those characters individually and make sure that they have their own story, their own character arc, and their own motivations. Outline your story. Now, this goes back to that same complaint that I get from writers. I'm just going to write and I'm going to let my characters show me the way. And while I appreciate the process of doing that, and I appreciate that many writers write in different ways, and I'm not going to tell you there's a right or wrong way to do that because, heavens, there's about a bazillion of you out there and a bazillion different ways to write a story, and you all have your own process. But what I'm trying to say is that you're going to have multiple characters that are supporting this overarching plot. You better have that figured out how they're all going to work together. And that's going to be best described for you and kept straight for you in your outline. So make sure you're outlining each one of those characters. Make sure you know where they're going to fit in your story. And when you outline, you're going to have a better way of tracking them and making sure that they're sticking to what they're supposed to be doing. Because sometimes those characters can get a little out of line. Third and final thing, write the ending first. A lot of you writers might be out there and going, why would I do that? Why? Well, let me try to help you with this. Writing the ending first will give you a direction that you want to take your characters. If you know that you've got this theme and this climax and this ending that you're building up to, if you've got characters that need to hit these points before they get to the end, you'll know what you'll have to take that character through to get there. Writing the ending first, you may edit, and I hope you do. I hope you're editing and re-editing and revising and changing and whatever. But if you start off by knowing, okay, I need this ending to happen, and because you've got multiple characters supporting an overarching theme, you need to make sure that each of their plots are carrying that overarching plot all the way across. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you have an ending that you are trying to get them to, that you've outlined a way for each of those characters to get there, and that each of those characters have their developed characteristics that will help support your plot. So anyway, those are the top 3 things that you need to do in developing your overarching plot with multiple subplots. And I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions or concerns, or you have a question that you would like me to address, you are welcome to email me, contact me, comment below. Check me out on my website at editsbystacy.com. I'll see you later, book sniffers.